It is 3 in the morning. Your newborn finally fell asleep. In your arms. You wait. You count to 30. You lower them slowly toward the cot. And the moment their back touches the mattress, their eyes open. And it starts again. Every new parent knows this moment. That particular exhaustion that sits somewhere beyond tired. And most parents assume this is just how newborns are, that there is nothing to be done. But there is. And tonight, I'm going to show you exactly what it is. Hi, I'm Paul, and I help parents understand the hidden meanings behind children's behavior so they can raise happier, smarter kids. And today, I want to share something that will completely change how your newborn sleeps. Because here is what most new parents are never told. Your baby is not refusing sleep. Their environment is working against them. 7 specific things in their sleep environment, things most parents never think to change, are keeping your baby awake when they should be deeply asleep. Fix those 7 things, and everything shifts. So let's go through every single one. Stage 3, context and background. Before we get into the tips, there is one thing you need to understand first, because without it, nothing else will make sense. Newborn babies do not sleep the way adults sleep. When your baby closes their eyes, they do not drop straight into deep sleep. They enter light sleep first, and light sleep in a newborn looks almost exactly like being awake. Their arms move, their face twitches, small sounds escape their mouth, their eyes flutter beneath their lids. And every exhausted parent sees this and thinks their baby is waking up. So they pick them up, and the sleep cycle breaks. Here is what was actually happening. Your baby was asleep, moving through a completely normal stage of their sleep cycle, and they needed about 40 minutes to complete it. A newborn's entire sleep cycle runs roughly 40 minutes, and between each cycle, they surface briefly into light sleep before going back under. If the environment around them is calm and undisturbed, they go back down on their own. If something pulls their attention in that surfacing moment, a light, a sound, a movement, a temperature change, they wake fully. And that is where these 7 tips come in. Each one removes a trigger that pulls your baby out of sleep before they are ready to wake. Tip 1. Make sure your baby is actually awake before you respond. This is the foundation of everything. Before you pick up your baby, ask one question. Are they genuinely awake or surfacing between sleep cycles? A baby moving through light sleep looks awake, but they are not. Give them 60 seconds. Watch for genuine crying, not fussing, not squirming, not small sounds. Real crying that builds and continues. Your baby will only fully wake for 3 reasons. Hunger, if 2 to 3 hours have passed since their last feed. Discomfort, a wet nappy, too hot, too cold. Or they have simply completed enough sleep and are genuinely done. Everything else? Is light sleep doing exactly what it should? Tip 2. Cool the room down. Your baby sleeps best in a room sitting between 19 and 22 degrees Celsius. That is roughly 66 to 72 Fahrenheit. Outside that range, your baby's body works too hard to regulate its own temperature, and sleep becomes restless and broken. A room thermometer removes all guesswork. Place one in the room. Check it before every sleep, and dress your baby according to the temperature, not according to how cold you feel standing in the hallway. Tip 3. Make the room genuinely dark, not dim. Dark. Dark enough that you cannot read print on a page. Now, here is something that surprises most parents. At this age, darkness has nothing to do with circadian rhythms. Your newborn's brain does not produce melatonin yet. That develops between 3 and 5 months. The reason darkness matters right now is simpler. When your baby surfaces between sleep cycles, if light is present, their eyes find something interesting. A window, a toy, a moving shadow, and that moment of visual interest pulls them fully awake. Darkness removes everything to find, and they drift back under. Now, here is where most sleep advice gets something completely wrong. Almost every parent has heard this. Your baby needs to learn to sleep through noise. Let them get used to the sounds of the house. This is not true. and it causes real problems. Newborns have an inbuilt startle reflex. A sudden sound, a door closing, a voice rising, a television in the next room triggers an involuntary full-body jump. And because newborns spend most of their sleep in light sleep, that startle reflex wakes them almost every time it fires. So the noisy household that is supposed to be teaching your baby resilience is actually breaking their sleep cycles repeatedly and creating an overtired, unsettled baby who cannot stay asleep. So what actually works? Tip 4. Use consistent white noise. Not nature sounds, not music, not anything with sudden changes in volume or tone. Continuous, consistent sound. Rainfall without thunder. Radio static. A steady waterfall. This constant background sound does two things simultaneously. It masks the unpredictable household noises that trigger the startle reflex. And it creates a consistent audio environment that your baby's brain begins to associate with sleep. Run it for the entire nap. Not just until they fall asleep, the whole nap, because it is during those light sleep surfaces when protection from sound matters most. Stage 7. Explanation/breakdown. Tip 5. Swaddle or use an arms-down sleeping bag. Your baby spent 9 months in an environment that held them completely. The outside world offers no such containment, and that sudden freedom of movement triggers the startle reflex every time their arms move during light sleep. Swaddling recreates that contained feeling. It dampens the startle reflex. It keeps your baby settled through the moments when they would otherwise jolt themselves awake. If you find swaddling difficult to do consistently, especially at 3 a.m. on no sleep, an arms-down sleeping bag achieves the same result. Your baby goes into the cot. Their arms stay contained. The startle reflex stays quiet, and they stay asleep. One important note: the moment your baby shows signs of rolling, stop swaddling immediately. Transition to an arms-out sleeping bag. This is non-negotiable for safety. Tip 6. Keep night feeds completely unstimulating. When your baby wakes genuinely hungry in the night, the environment around that feed matters enormously. Keep lights dim or off entirely. Stay in the room where they sleep, if possible. No television, no phone screens near their face. No talking beyond what is necessary. Feed. Change if needed. Feed again. Put down. That is the entire sequence. The goal is simple. Your baby's brain should never register nighttime as interesting. Daytime is where stimulation lives. Nighttime is where feeding happens and sleep returns. Build that distinction consistently, and your baby begins to internalize it. Tip 7. Never let your baby reach overtired. This is the tip most parents discover too late. An overtired baby is dramatically harder to settle than a tired one. Because when a baby crosses past their natural sleep window, their body releases cortisol to keep them going. And cortisol makes sleep harder to reach. Not easier. Newborns can manage between 45 and 90 minutes of wakefulness. That is the entire window. Watch for the early signals before it closes. Eyes losing focus, staring blankly, turning away from your face. The moment you see those signals, start the wind down immediately. Do not wait for yawning. Do not wait for fussing. Those signals mean the window is already closing. Catch it early, and settling takes minutes. Miss it, and you are starting from a much harder place. Here is what all 7 of these tips are really doing. They are not tricks. They are not shortcuts. They are the conditions your baby's nervous system needs to do what it was always designed to do. Sleep. Your baby is not broken. Your baby is not difficult. Your baby is a brand new nervous system trying to find safety and stillness in a world it has only just arrived in. When you cool the room, when you darken it, when you remove the sounds that startle, when you contain the reflexes that jolt them awake, you are not just improving sleep tonight, you are building the foundation of a settled, secure baby who wakes up rested and faces the world with calm curiosity instead of exhausted overwhelm. And you finally get to sleep too. So tonight, pick one tip from this list. Just one. The dark room, the white noise, the temperature check. Start there. Build from it tomorrow. Consistency over a few days. And you will see real change. If this video helped you tonight, please hit the like button right now. It helps other exhausted parents find this when they need it most. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because every single week, I help you understand what your child really needs, so you can respond with confidence instead of exhaustion and guesswork. I will see you in the next one.